Think Steve Smith breaks all the batting rules? He doesn't. He follows them better than anyone else in the world. In this video, I'm going to break down, step by step, the 7 fundamentals that contribute to his consistency. And I'm going to show you why Steve Smith is not unorthodox. He's actually the most fundamentally sound player in the world. These are the fundamentals of successful batting that I've identified and work within that simplify batting, open up 360-degree scoring, and improve ball striking ability without compromising player individuality. The 7 fundamentals are: number 1, set up to score and see the ball. Number 2, the grip. Number 3 is the setup. 4, balance. 5, alignment. 6, unweight the bat. And 7, point of contact. So let's dive into these fundamentals in more detail now. Fundamental number 1, set up to score and see the ball. Let's start with one of the most important principles of all. What are you setting up to do? The purpose of batting is to score runs. Now, there's been a lot of talk about intent during the World Test Championship final at Lord's. But intent to score or setting up to score doesn't mean being reckless. It means that you're looking to score, not just survive. You need to be clear on what a good ball is and what a bad ball is for you in the conditions that you're playing in. If it's a bad ball, it goes, even if it's the first ball that you face. And Smith does this consistently. And when you're looking to score, you see the ball clearly, you make quality decisions, you move with purpose, and you transfer pressure back to the bowlers when they bowl bad balls. You're switched on, you put those bad balls away, you defend with purpose, and you leave well. And that all starts by setting up with the intention to score. When you bat to survive, like Marnus is currently doing, you don't move with purpose. You play from the crease, you square up, and you miss out on bad balls. Now, don't forget that fundamental number 1 is set up to score and see the ball. If seeing the ball is not your primary focus, once you're at the popping crease, you're setting up to fail. Whenever top players come out of prolonged slumps, they always say the same thing. I wasn't watching the ball, I forgot the basics. And that happens because they allowed their mind to become cluttered by previous failures and low scores, a lack of form, the fear of getting out, worrying about what other people think, worrying about being dropped. And their mind is cluttered with the technical changes that they're making to try and turn things around. And that's exactly why I give all the players that we work with an after-match process that allows them to detach from their scores so that this doesn't happen. Fundamental number 2, the grip. Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood elements in batting. The grip is really simple. Your grip should allow you to consistently present the full face of the bat through the ball for all strokes. And Steve Smith does this consistently well. Now, I'm not advocating that you try and copy his grip. If you try, it's going to cause problems for you. You need to find your grip that allows you to consistently present the full face through the ball. Here's why you shouldn't copy him. We can see that he starts with his hand right underneath the grip. And we can see that he's got a strong bottom hand grip in his stance. But it doesn't stay there. His hand is moved to allow him to present the full face through the ball for this pull shot. It is biomechanically impossible to play perfectly executed strokes all around the wicket by maintaining the grip that he starts with. So do not try and copy it. It's not about how you start. It's whether your grip allows you to consistently present the full face through the ball at contact. And Smith does this with incredible consistency. And remember, there's no correct grip, just a grip that allows you to present the full face through the ball. Next up, let's take a look at what players obsess over, often unnecessarily, and that is their setup or the stance. Your setup should allow you to move forwards and backwards with purpose. It's that simple. Smith's setup allows him to do exactly that in his own unique way, and yours should too. There are many different setups, from completely chest on to completely side on, and a full range of setups in between those two positions. We all have a different dominant eye, and we all move differently. There is no right or wrong as long as your setup doesn't restrict your ability to get onto the front foot and the back foot with purpose. Fundamental number 4 is balance. And it's something that gets spoken about often, but again, at times, I think it is misunderstood. You need to be balanced at two moments in time. If we have a look at Steve Smith, we can see that when the ball is released, Steve Smith is balanced. And when striking the ball, he's balanced. And that's what allows him to put bad balls away, even when his feet don't move, like in this clip. Does he play all deliveries without moving his feet? No. But his consistent execution of these 7 fundamentals is what allows him to put bad balls away when he gets extra width, even when he hasn't moved his feet. Fundamental number 5 is alignment. Now Smith may start open, but as you can see, he coils and aligns himself to the line of the ball from a side-on position for all strokes. This is what allows him to consistently play through the line, transfer energy into the ball, and his alignment allows him to consistently hit through the line of the ball even when he's early on his strokes. Fundamental number 6, unweight the bat. This one's overlooked by almost all coaches, but it makes all the difference in creating time on the ball and generating bat speed. We can see that Smith moves his bat through the unweighted position for all his strokes. He does this by coiling and then letting the bat naturally pass through the unweighted position. Okay, why is this important? Because it creates more time on the ball. It increases bat speed for attacking strokes, and it allows him to decelerate the bat and defend soft and steep on the ball, which means less edges carry. It also opens up 360-degree scoring options. All the top players in the world unweight the bat. They just all get there in a different way. And it is a trainable skill. And something that you've got to be mindful of is that your hands do not need to stay inside the line of your outside eye. And this is a claimed fundamental that I keep hearing repeated. Steve Smith doesn't adhere to this. Brian Lara didn't adhere to this. Mohammed Yusuf didn't adhere to this. And there are many other players. So it's about finding your bat flow, your bat path through the unweighted position. How you get there, everybody's going to get there in a different way. And finally, the final piece in the puzzle. Fundamental number 7, point of contact. Make contact with the ball in line with your eyes. And again, Smith does this with incredible consistency. Even when he's early on the ball, he hits through the original line because he aligns himself correctly by coiling. He stores the energy, the bat moves through the unweighted position, and he releases the bat through the original line. His contact points are consistently good. That is not an accident. And it's why training contact points is a fundamental of all the work that I do with the players that we work with. In conclusion, Steve Smith is not unorthodox. His fundamentals are rock solid. He executes the 7 fundamentals of successful batting better and more consistently than anyone else. That's why he's the best player in the world. Not because of his flair, not because he's got some trick or tip that he's doing that nobody else is doing, because of repeatable, rock solid fundamentals. And all the best players adhere to the fundamentals of successful batting. And that's exactly why I created a process for my clients to train and measure them. They simplify batting, they free up your game, and they remove technical clutter and confusion whilst allowing for and not restricting player individuality. When you work within these fundamentals, batting becomes simple, repeatable, and enjoyable. And if you want to learn more, next week is the last week for Northern Hemisphere clients to join the inner circle and work with me for 16 weeks to develop and create a personalized process for you to access your run flow state. If you're ready to invest in yourself, DM me the word fundamentals and I'll share the next steps to join.